an update on my SEO strategy for my email and SMS marketing agency. My name's Gavin. I run an email and SMS marketing agency, and I make these videos really just to document my journey with the business and hopefully give you some insight into growing your own business as well. Now, recently I invested a lot of money into building out my SEO strategy for my agency. I invested roughly $20,000 over a period of 6 months. The initial plan was I hired an agency to find long tail consumer or high buyer intent focused keywords. We got roughly, I can't remember, I think it's like 78 to 90 different long tail keywords that we could specifically target for article writing. Once we had those keywords outlined, I then hired a copywriter to write every single article required within that strategy document. So each month we pretty much ran or wrote, I would say roughly anywhere between 10 to 15 articles per month based off of the SEO strategy that we got. Now, I hired the agency to give me the plan, which I think was about $4,000. And then for 5 months thereafter, I paid about $3,000 per month for the article writing. Each month we pushed out about 15 new articles focusing on email marketing, long tail keywords that also had buyer intent. For example, high converting email marketing strategy, or what's the best email marketing software, or best email marketing agency in New Zealand. Those were the keywords that we targeted and we wrote these articles. Each article ranged from about 700 to I think 1,200 words in length, and the results have been shit. I'll be honest. Just to give you a quick indication of some of the stats, I'm gonna pull up my trusty computer here. So in the 6 months before we started the outreach strategy, we had 89,000.4 impressions on our content, which is cool. Average position of 26.6, but the real thing that matters is clicks. How many clicks were we getting? 664 clicks in 6 months. It's pretty crap, right? That's before we implemented the SEO. Also, those clicks, none of them led to sales. Like, I never got on a call because someone clicked on my website and contacted me. That never happened, okay? Now, if we expand to the last 6 months, so from now 6 months back, which is when we started the SEO strategy, we have had 140,000 impressions on our content, which is great because that is almost double the previous 6 months with the SEO implementation that we've had. Cool. But we've only had 924 clicks. So we've only increased our clicks on the website by about 260 clicks in a 6 month period. It's nothing. It's really not, especially for $20,000 having been invested. Also, none of those clicks led to sales calls or calls in general. So the average click rate as well stayed at 0.7%, and the average position actually dropped. So in the last 6 months, our average position has actually dropped. We went from 26.6 average position to 35.2 average position. Now, I'm not too concerned about that because I would assume we're ranking for more keywords, which means our average position would drop slightly. So overall, SEO has been a complete fucking waste of money. Fantastic. My thoughts on SEO. So the reason I went in on SEO was because I am a big fan of the thinking that putting in a bunch of work on the front end, i.e. writing a bunch of articles, and we've written about 90 different articles at this point, and then letting that build up and have a long tail benefit for the business, I find that really, really, really appealing. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out like it should. How do I feel about SEO in general? I think there's a lot of benefit to it. However, I do think that the way that AI is going and the way that people are querying is going to change a lot. Like for me, I search for a lot of stuff just using ChatGPT. I no longer look for emails, rather through the website or the search console, right? Through Google. So I think AI or these, ChatGPT, Claude, all that kind of stuff is gradually cannibalizing the SEO traffic that was normally there. I also think that the work that is needed to rank, you need to be able to invest a lot of money. For me, $20,000 US was a lot of money. I even stuttered while saying that. It was a lot of money for me to front up. And the reality is, I'm having another call with the guy who set the strategy for me 6 months ago. He's suggesting that we actually need to even revisit the strategy and rework things. And honestly, he's probably right. But the reality is, you have to invest so much money over a long period of time to actually see any return from SEO that you have to be willing to stomach consistent investment over a long period of time without much returns. And that requires a bit of fortitude, big cash reserves, and just a tolerance for risk. Because I know for a fact I could have invested that $20,000 into like an advertising strategy. There's a bunch of things I could have done that would have made my current business a lot more effective and efficient. Do I think SEO has been a waste? I have yet to see. I think we'll start seeing maybe a gradual increase as well as the articles gradually get more and more indexed. I don't know. On top of that, obviously I've had no calls from any of these clicks or traffic coming to my website. There is a supplementary success that I have in that I have pop-up forms on my website that can help grow my list, which is fantastic because that puts people into my newsletter, which is really, really good because I'm trying to turn my newsletter into a business of itself. And I'll speak about that a little bit more in a separate video. But for me, SEO as it currently stands has been a waste of money. I think I can pretty confidently say the $20,000. I don't know. Ask me in 6 months if it's a complete waste of money, but as it currently stands, I have had zero return on investment from that. Will I keep pursuing SEO? Honestly, depending on how this strategy call goes, I don't think so. Something I've seen a lot more success from is actually investing the same amount of time and a hell of a lot less money on just producing video content like this for my agency YouTube video that's just talking about email marketing. I think currently we're at about 6,000 views per month on my content, and that is significantly more than what my SEO strategy is getting. So I think my recommendation, unless you have big cash reserves and you're willing to invest this money over a long period of time and you do not need to see results immediately, I think SEO is not worth the investment. Also, just how AI is gradually moving and how people are querying and searching for things is gradually changing. I think SEO is a gradually losing strategy. So don't do it. Learn from my mistake, I guess. Don't do what I did. And that is the purpose of these videos, right? I make these just to kind of, once again, document my journey, but also hopefully share some learnings that I've had along the way. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like these updates, and I'll see you in the next video.